Good afternoon everybody, it's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. Thank you so much for joining me. It's lovely to have you here. So this is going to be a scrappy weekend. Yeah, so my scraps, I don't know how much of my desk you can actually see there. I haven't zoomed you right in, so my scraps are begging me to come play, shall we say. Yeah. So there's a lot of scraps going on here, and I have started because my phone wasn't charged up, and I had to wait for my phone to charge before I could film, and I just couldn't keep my fingers out of it. You know how it is. So what I'm going to do Saturday and Sunday this weekend, is go through, play with my scraps and create some random ephemera. So there are some pieces I need, and I want some more, up-to-date pieces. I've got pieces in stash, but yeah, I want to use some more that I just make. Just want to. So yeah, I'm just going to make random ephemera with whatever I've got in my scrap box and around my table. Now there is some Midnight Meadows fussy cuts and things like that from Tanya at Tatty Treasure and Nanine at Collage Types DT project that I just did. There's as you can see, there's lots of fall or autumn bits and pieces around. Now, I'm still using that because I'm still on with my fall and autumn journals, but obviously there's glitter. Obviously whatever I make, that's fall, will go in those journals anyway, so that's fine. And then I've got this pile of loveliness that I'm just dying to get my hands on and create some stuff. So rather than use kit pieces, which if there are kit pieces in here, I'll use them. Like for instance these are from something from I think these are from Fiona at Lavender Blue Art, when I did one of her DT projects not too long ago. Yeah, so I might use those up and make them into ephemera pieces, because they're sitting here, and I've got a little box of little bits of kit things which I will use up. I've also got a page that I found of these, which are Shabby Dabby Dooda's blue labels, which I've just ripped, as you can see, with a tear ruler. They're only on white, so I'll be using those as well on some of these makes, hopefully. I don't know, well, I'll just see what inspires me, because I don't know what I'm going to do. So I was saying to you that I'd made some while I was sat here. So there was this piece, I'm sure you've seen this sitting around in my desk, about the shrew mouse from an Edith Holden book, and I just didn't want to break it up. I didn't know what to do with it. It's a bit too big to make well, anything much with, to be honest. So I made it into a journal card, but the journaling is on the on the back, and this extra flap. So I literally just backed it on a piece of lovely coffee dyed and ink stained paper, folded the extra piece over rather than cut it off to create some journaling, as well as the piece on the back, and then just put a couple of random bits off my desk, which is what I'm talking about. Yeah, and I love it. These are the little things that I'm going to be using to put in things like the scrappy journal. So the scrappy journal needs finishing as well. So my plan is to do this Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday I want to get at least 3 journals wrapped up and finished. So it'll be like a wrapping up kind of video. I've definitely got a fall one that wants doing. I want to finish that scrappy one and fill it. There's something else as well that wants, I can't remember. They're all in various boxes above my head on the shelf, so I'm getting them all down, we're finishing them, and then I can list them in Etsy and move on to all the projects that I've got waiting. And what else was this? So this was one of those was it Disney princesses cards that I think Tanya sent me, and I'd covered the back and nothing else, so I just covered the front while I was waiting. Put a few bits of, shall I bring you a bit further in? Now, last time I did this I went to slow motion, so let's have a look if I can do it without going on to slow motion. I do hope not. Because that was just the start of a terrible day and a half of uploading for me. I put a stamp across the bottom and a stamp there, 2 different stamps. So that's all I've done without you, those three little pieces. And just like I say, just the bits and pieces that are around me on my desk we're going to play with. I see I've got a lot of words there from Midnight Meadows, so I might use some of those as well. So where shall I put this? Gosh, where shall I move to? Right, there's a nice big full sheet there. So like I say, I have been tidying out my files, so some pieces have been put in here for various things. So rather than I know you probably want to look at what I'm going through. Let's just dig, shall we, and then put some stuff back in, because yeah, the stuff at the bottom never really gets, oh, there's lots of little pieces down there, never really gets played with, does it? So let's just make some, go through and make some little piles until I find something that I want to create with. Some Monopoly money. Lovely piece of that. Found another piece of Edith there, and a couple of tags. So it's December as well, so we might use that. I think that is a coffee, or meant to be a coffee stain on a piece of card. I'm not sure. Right, that's been hanging around forever. Let's use that. I know these are here. Oh, an envelope. Right, let's make a little pile of things. The music paper I know is there if I want it. I think that shouldn't be in there. I think that might be out of my December planner kit. I'm not sure. I'm going to put that over there. Right, we'll have that out. We'll have one piece of that. Don't know what I'm going to be making, but oh yes, a lovely piece of really thick vellum. There. I don't want that out. We'll have that out. No. Still got this beauty kicking around. Let's have some of those out. This is really getting... I need to make something with that, don't I? That's a summery one from Lavender Blue Art as well. So yeah, there's lots of bits of what's the word, collaging, which yeah, I might end up doing some collaging tomorrow. Have a piece of that out, or two pieces of that out. So yeah, I'm thinking I've got a lot of pockets from the I mean, I might make a few pockets, but I've got a lot of pockets out made from the book challenge. That's obviously a glued on page. Whoops. Keep that out and that out. Right, shall we call that a day for now? What have we got here? Don't know. Put it in for now. Yeah, the book page challenge, where I made lots and lots of mine were all pockets that I made. There was lots of that. Good for backing. Yeah, you can see I've torn things out from files. Oh, I've got the black, some bits and pieces there, some tissue paper. Let's leave some of these bits out to play with. It doesn't mean that I can't go in there, and so you can see that's a piece where my ink ran out when I was printing a piece of, quite like it though, in that purpley colour. Right, so I'll dig from these pieces first to make yeah, tags and, well, pocket fillers, shall we call them? Yeah, pocket fillers is a good term from some of this. Right, stop going through it, Denise. Put it all back in there, and let's have a look. Let's have a play with what we've got here. Of course, you know, for inspiration, I've got these bits and pieces here. So let's find a piece that we want to work with. To start with, this. I think this one is calling me. So it's a book page. It's got a lovely image on there. I did make a few nice big. I could use this small image, but I'm not going to use this big one. Yeah, I did make quite a few nice big pockets. So yeah, some bigger pieces, yeah, to fill are required. Not too many, but a few. It's a bit scrunched at the bottom, but I don't mind. It's not very straight. No, certainly isn't. Right, I'm wondering about rather than making it a journal card, adding it to something else and making it like well, a double journal card, or at the front of something. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what we've got. There was this and that. Did either of those? Oh, there was that lovely bag as well, wasn't there? That would strengthen that lovely, wouldn't it? I'm thinking if I folded that over, or even, right, I've got a plan. Bear with me. I'm going to trim those ends off because they're very poorly. I've obviously kept stuff in this glassine bag, which I love to do. I love to keep my things in glassine bags because I can, where shall we have it, 13. I can see through them obviously and tell what's in it. But it's yeah, it's nearly at the end of its days, isn't it? And then I got this while I was away. This is just do they call it surgical tape or something like that? How much do I want? So let's just put some of that on each. Oh, yeah, it doesn't want to. It'll curl up the minute I let go. Sorry, I'm very close to the camera there. Yeah, so seal it up again with this is what I was thinking. Gosh, it's lively stuff. That's it. I need to redo my matte look. It's getting a bit baggy on that crease. But yeah, I don't know how much of my desk you can see, but I'm drowning a little bit in stuff, so I really need to. I'm thinking if I have a good session today and well, for you Saturday and Sunday, I should clear. Yeah, that looks nice and that's good. I might put some on the bottom to strengthen it as well. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I should, you know, I should have made some space, and then I will have a tidy up, or a good square up, whoops, of the desk. Give myself a little bit more space to work on. Did that just land on the paper and pick up some ink? Looks like it did. Never mind. Oh, there's more on the front than the back, Denise. I quite like the wrinkled look of the bag actually now, rather than the pristine. Yeah, that's nice. Now, do I want to, what was I doing with this? Was I going inside with it? Was I putting it on the front? I think I might glue it on the front. I know you can't see what's in the bag then, but it's still got that lovely wrinkly. Shall I do a bit of stamping around the edge now? Let me show you these beautiful stamps from Tanya, my friend. She sent me quite a few. I'll show you yours as I use them, but this beautiful, beautiful box of stamps. Isn't it gorgeous? I mean, the box itself is lovely, and I've only used this one, but it's a really nice stamp. Yeah, I'm only dirtying one for now and hoard the rest. So let me see. I might need to let it dry. But yeah, I'm thinking that might make just a prettier edge. Now, I'm not on the glassine, I'm on the tape here, so let's see what it does. Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll let you have a look in a minute. That's fine if it was in a straight line. There we go. I just realised I haven't set my timer, so I'll have to, yeah, that's not a straight line either, Denise. I have to keep my eye on. Isn't that a lovely, oh, it's kind of soaking in as well. Can you see it? Lovely pattern. I've done it on some book page and it's really nice. Just to play, you know. Oh, was I going in with that? I don't know. I quite like seeing it through now. A label maybe. Maybe some washi up there, or fold it down. It would need a pull. I'm not supposed to be making pockets, am I? But you know, I couldn't resist. Right, come on, decisions. On the front or inside? I like it inside. I think this would be nice with a label on it, won't it? I don't think the blues are what I'm looking for. Nope. So excuse my arm a moment. Well, oh, I've got some big labels in here somewhere, haven't I? What do I do with that little? Here it is. I remember right, there's some big ones down here, yes. So these are Nanines mostly. I like that. Let's just grab a few. You know, I don't recognise those two. I don't think those two are Nanines. I might be wrong. These all are. I recognise these. What colour have we got going on then? So green. That's quite nice. I've got a blue flower pot one from Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. No, I like it, but I quite like that one I've got down. So let's go with it, because there's thousands of things in there that would go. Let's just ink the edges a little. I've got a new dobber on. Yes, I just couldn't cope with the bits falling off that other one any longer. It's a shame because it was oops, yeah, I've kept it. I'm going to put some water on it and use it to ink some pages up. I can't bear to waste all the ink that's on it. True junk journal style, junk journaler style, I should say. Is that the right way up? No, that's the right way up. I maybe should have had a smaller one, but it's quite a big piece, isn't it? So I hope you're all well. I've had a lovely birthday, thank you. I will maybe later on as we go through, maybe tomorrow, let you know what I did and what prizes I got and all that. Yeah, something across the top of there, and I'm thinking about these now. Harmony is a nice big one, isn't it? It would take a nice big one. It's got that lovely number 52 on it as well. Is it too big though? I like to keep that number. Let's have a look. And I think the glassine is enough without anything else around it. Yeah, that might protect that top a little bit. I mean, glassine is quite strong. I don't feel that it's under any danger of breaking when you put something in and out. So I think I still want that picture that's in there on another thing. That's very descriptive. You know exactly what I mean now, don't you? So it's like a flip or a flap, or just let that dry while we find something to put this on. Now I don't know if I want, let's move this out of the way. Book page or journaling paper. Oh, it might be nice. With a folded over piece on, yeah. That piece is nicer, but I'd like that. Any bigger. Let's fold you in half exactly and see. Get rid of those because, yes, as you can see, there's very little room on my table before I start. Okay, just give it a little. So I'm bracing the shabby, so I'm making kind of grungy shabby pieces today. That's just what's making my heart sing today. So that's what I'm going to do. I may feel the same tomorrow, or I may go off in a completely different way. I say tomorrow, but I'm filming them both in the one day, so it won't be tomorrow for me, so we'll see. So yeah, I want to get my desk cleared in one day if I possibly can. Yeah, so I was thinking just pop that on there. I've got the nicest side showing. Yeah, there's a lot of journaling there then, isn't there? So it's kind of like a booklet. They're very nearly the same size. I'm just trying to work out which one's smaller. I think this one is just. Will you fit on there to be inked? Not quite, but I can turn you around. Okay, so I'm still on with my Yoo-hoo stick. Seems to be lasting a long time, especially seeing as I've left it open overnight. Oops. Yeah, you should have had that off there, Denise. That would have been easier. That was better. Oops. So like this one piece that we're making has got 3 pieces out of my. Now how am I going to do that? Well, it doesn't have to be. I'm making grungy, so it doesn't have to be spot on, does it? Oh, we are grungy there. What have we done with the ink? Oh, it's on. Oops. Yeah, so I feel like I want something on the front of here as well. So am I going with a label or a word? None of those are grabbing me. Let's have a look in here if there's some little labels. There's all sorts of, all manner of thing in here. That cigarette card. Butterfly. Another piece from the Christmas kit. I don't know if that one is as well, but too big. Wrong colours. Oh, I've got these lovely. No, I think these were from Violet. Yeah, Violet. Wrong colour though, aren't they? I might be wrong about that bird. It might not be a robin. It might be from the woodland kits. Oh, I love that piece. I absolutely love that piece. You'll see I've used it loads of times. I'm going to keep it out because I'm making something with it. Alright, here's some nice labels. That one. I like that. Now, shall I cut it down or have it somewhere? Yeah, I'm thinking it might need cutting down there. Yeah, just there. Oh, I haven't got the lid on anything. So I hope you're enjoying watching this. It absolutely is my favourite thing to do when there's a lot of scrappy bits and interesting pieces on my desk. That's funny, isn't it? Because it usually is all the time. But yeah, it's the sort of thing I love to. I'm just wondering about a number somewhere. Let's get some more stuff out because we haven't got enough, have we? I want a little teeny tiny. I mean teeny tiny one. Even that's bigger than I wanted, but I could cut it down, couldn't I? Do I want green? Just have one more little quick dig. What are you? 79. Oh, I quite like that. That is not what I would have said I was looking for. Let's see if there's any ink on my black dauber, because it's got a black. Oh, there is. It's got a black outline. Yeah, I think I do. Again, it's a little bit bigger than I wanted, but oops, what's going on? Yes, I made a full set there, haven't I? So this wants something. What do we want on here? Not that lovely thing, not washi. Shall we go back to this this little box? It's proving fruitful. Just want a little bit of something up there. What have we got on that yellow flower, haven't we? Sort of banging downstairs. I don't know. It must be my neighbour, I hope. Neil has gone fishing, so it won't be him. What else is there? Those tickets and that one. Let's just see what's going to go with. Kind of does go, doesn't it? Do these sort of greeny, feathery tickets do all that? Okay, so I could get away with any, depending on what I'd like. I'll put a ticket down here and that up there. Like a bit of that perforation to show if I can. And we don't seem to be ticket shape at the end. We are now, sort of. Right, pop that back. That's an interesting piece. I didn't intend making anything quite that big initially, but I'll go with this for speed of drying. It's a nice big piece though, isn't it? Sometimes I'm looking for big pieces for fronts and backs and middles of journals, so actually it might go nice in that, you know, the scrappy journal that I've made. That way up, yep. Yeah. It could take a whole page or it could be tipped in. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, like that. And then that protects it. Okay. Right, Denise, you've been a while and you've only got one piece made. Okay, I'm back. So, you didn't even know I'd gone, did you? I went and made myself a lovely cup of tea, my new, you can't see it, can you, birthday mug. Neil got me a lovely Laura Ashley set, a lovely box, which you will see because it's ideal for keeping yeah, ephemera and things in. Yeah, it's a lovely set with a mug, coaster, beautiful room candle, and what else was in it? I'm just looking for my tear ruler, just bear with me. I didn't take that with me, did I? No. What else did it have? Toiletry bag, hand cream, a nail file, I can't remember, all sorts of things. Lovely, lovely Laura Ashley, because you know I love Laura Ashley stuff. And yeah, some lovely new black velour pyjamas, snuggly pyjamas, bless him. So yeah, that's what I'm drinking in. So yeah, I haven't done anything much really. just having a sip of my tea while I decided what to make next, because gosh, look how much time's gone. So I've just pulled out of this pile this piece of paper, which is a I think it's from one of the books that's got some of the Edith Holden pictures in it, but there isn't any on this. I think could be one of the herb books. It's a gardening book anyway. And then I pulled this piece out of my scrap box, which is a piece of this is Edith Holden from Tanny sent me it, bless her, all printed out and ready to go. I don't know if it was one of the ones where she sent a good while ago. I've had them a while. She set a printer go in and wanted 10 and ended up with 100 or something like that. So she sent me a good few. So I don't know if it's those or if she's just used them and she's fed up of them, but I always forget to ask her these things when we're talking. I just say, oh thank you, I'm thrilled, and then we go on to other stuff. But yeah, I've had them a long time, but I do keep using them. And yeah, it's lovely to get things for free, isn't it? It's lovely to be thought about. So I'm just thinking that I'm doing the same again, rather than wasting, you know, tear it up and make it smaller and either waste it or have, you know, more scraps. I'm just going to use these big pages to make big things. So I'm thinking, you know, what am I thinking? Something just to go in a pocket. Maybe I need to just take it down a little bit after I've done all that. Of course I do. It's just a little bit big and there's a lot of white, isn't there? I'm not going to rip it. I'm going to, you've probably already gathered that, I'm going to do it on this noisy chopper. Where am I about that? I want a bit round it so that if I'm not quite straight, it hopefully fools the eye a little bit. She says. Yeah. So I need to trim that down a bit now. I was thinking that could be written on. Do you think that could be written on? I think it's a bit too. That couldn't it? Now, rather than trim it down and waste it, which is what I was saying I don't want to do, we can put it in as a foldy, can't we? So yeah, it will just about, in fact it might even tape in, which will be even better. So it will be on a, yeah, with some of this lovely tape. I'm going to have used it all up, aren't I, before? I don't even think I need it that wide, so let's see if I can be clever. Not very. Mind the finger end. Yes. Deep breath. Whoops. I mean, this will take ink or anything, this, I'm pretty sure. What is it? Excuse me, I've just got a tickly nose and I need to quit tickling. Oh, goodness. That's it. Did it a bit far. I can go a bit further that way. Okay, so it's got some of that inside. Journaling, that's the word I was trying to think of. I want something on this side as well. What have we got? I'd quite like to fill the whole side here. That won't go that way, will it? It will. It will, you know. Right, I'm just going to ink in there so I can see ever so slightly where the centre is. Oh yeah, and you can actually see the image through it. I'm going to stick this, you know, down completely. Are you? Yeah, at the moment I'm not making much headway, am I, into my piles of stuff, but on the other hand I'm having great fun. So yeah, if you look close you can see that image behind it, but it's clear there's an image there. Yes, I'll just ink the, oops, the two that I've torn. The others should really be okay because it's coffee dyed. I've not cut them or anything. A bit neat side up. Yes. So yeah, what else did I get for my birthday? I got some lovely smellies from Hayley and the kids, which is, whenever she says what do you want for your birthday, I always say bathroom smellies. You know, I love bubble baths and shower gels and creams and things like that. And yeah, they got me a lovely candle as well, you know, a big room candle, which I love. Love nice smells. And my sister got me some stamps, bless her, a homemade card, which I keep meaning to bring up and show you, so I'll have to bring it up because I know you like to see the cards she makes me. I'm too far over. Yep, and it's like a journaling card. You know, a junk journalers card, if you know what I mean, the crafter's card. I'll try and remember to bring it up for the next video. And some Christmassy stamps. And whoops. Oh, she knows that I like I'm really into vintagey things for the house. Certain things, not everything, but you know, I do like to collect vintage things from our childhood really. So, you know, late 60s, early 70s, and she sourced me some, which I love, cocktail forks they are. So, you know, if you had a party and you was quite posh, you would have things on cocktail sticks in the 70s. And if you was very posh, you would have them on, you know, washable, fancy forks, you know, little tiny cocktail forks. And yeah, we had a set. I remember us having a set when we were young. I'm not saying we were very posh, we weren't, don't get me wrong, I'm joking. Look, I've even used that for inking on. I quite like that there's that on there. I think I'm going to leave that as is. Might put a flower or something on it. What flowers have we got? We're very green, aren't we? Yeah, so she sourced me some in the box, because we always had ours in the box as well. We kind of used them at Christmas and things like that. That I remember, I mean. It's a long time ago, isn't it? I'm afraid. It gets longer every day. I quite like that. Oh, what about a frame? Just a frame with nothing. I like this. Yes, what is it? It's a recipe for what is it recipe for? Chives, parsley, mustard powder, salt, pepper, garlic, brown sugar, olive oil, vinegar and lemon juice. Oh, I don't know what it is. Preserving other things. Oh, it's a fine herb vinaigrette. Yeah, I just quite like it on show, so yeah, maybe this will highlight it. No, Don't like it now I've done it. I don't know what to do want on there. I just want a bit of something interesting. Oh, I've got some faux washi here. Maybe that's the thing. I don't think I'll be able to. Do you think I'll be able to rip that? Let's give it a go. I could do with the practice anyway, couldn't I? It's a very thin piece, so let's see. I don't need the whole length, so if it rips, yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Just need to ink it. Right, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so she got me some of those vintage cocktail forks in their box, which I will use when I have everybody, when we're trying to get the house done. I mean, I think we're having Christmas dinner at ours, so we might use them. We might use them for Christmas tea or something like that. Yeah, and she gave me some money, so I treated myself to some lovely new slippers that I had my eye on. Yeah, I'm not going to overthink that. I'm literally just going to put it down as a piece of pretty. Yeah, Mum gave me money. Mum was feeling a little bit off it on my birthday. I don't know if I've told you or spoke to you about that. Only because she'd had her, she's fine now, a COVID jab, and yeah, she was all right, and then suddenly she just felt just a bit tired and a bit wishy-washy and what have you. I think you're supposed to rest, aren't you? She'd had it the day before, so she didn't come up on my birthday. So I got a lovely card and some money off Mum, which I haven't spent yet. Right, these are a bit bland, aren't they? You know, I can't help. I know it's only going into stash, but I can't help having some pretties in there. So back to these that we had before. That one's quite nice on there. Yeah, I don't want to spend too long looking for. Just want a bit of something in there. It's very plain when we open it, isn't it? Let's have a bit of something. A bit of je ne sais quoi. Pardon my French to all of those of you who are good French speaking citizens. Yeah. No offence intended. That's the best I can do. Right. I think I got not GCSE, this is how old I am, CSE. Do you remember CSEs? They were the lower versions of O-levels when I was at school. I took French because the French teacher was great fun, for no other reason than that. Oh dear, yeah, thoroughly enjoyed my French lessons, but was really, really rubbish at it. But I got a CSE, so, you know, I know a few little bits, not a lot. Not a lot to get me out of trouble when I had to do cover lessons when I was working. God. French teacher's off, your turn to cover. I'm like, oh my lord, heaven help us both, the students and me. Yep, so that's got a few pretties inside. Right, what we're going to have on here. I mean, I like the greenery image, so I don't particularly want anything that's going to cover it all, but it's, you know, it's not enough on its own, is it? No, it's sideways on garden, but I don't mind a sideways on garden. I'm just digging through this again. This has proven to be the font of all foraging. Yeah, not this time, I don't think. I think I've exhausted my my luck in here now. Oh, we could just go with a label, couldn't we? I think they're a bit too... Oh. Now, I was going to say a bit too fancy, but I like that. I like that. But it's going to need something else. So do I look for the something else now? No, prefer that. What did we have in? Let's have a look. Oh yes, what about one of these lovely words from the Midnight Meadows kit? Oh, my dreams, my doodles, that's a good one, isn't it? Field notes. maybe. Thoughts. Oh, trying to pick them up, and I don't know if you can see, they're inside there still. Inside that clear. My doodles are quite like day book, this and that. I like this and that as well. Let's have this and that. Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller than that as well, so it's not too dominating. Well, I was going to use my little scissors, but they've I was thinking, what's stopping that from cutting? They've disappeared under a pile of fun. That wasn't very straight. Not even in my world. This'll help. There we go. Yeah, I don't want it to stand out too much, but gosh, I can't believe I've only got two. I know they're quite, they're big pieces, detailed pieces, but I've only got two done, and I was thinking I was going to bish bash bosh. Yep, I heard you all. Wrong way up. And get some done, so maybe I should just quickly make some journaling cards now and see if I can get some. Oh, thought I'd stuck that on. See if I can get some journaling cards made, some simple-ish ones. Doesn't matter, does it? I had great fun making those two pieces. That is still very not straight, even with the inking on. Maybe I'll nip the corners like Rachel does at Roxy Creations. Yeah, that's better. Just gives it a little bit of that lozenge shape. Yeah, I don't need that in there now. It's changed it completely. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could, whoever gets it in whatever journal could always add some on there if they want. Oh well, that's two pieces done. But that's about 2, 4, 5 or 6 pieces out of my box, biggish pieces, isn't it? This pile I pulled out was never ever all going to be done, was it? So have we got, oops, you want to play? No, we don't go with that. Oops. What have I got? Come on. I've got an envelope. Yeah, I'm going to put that back in. That is not going to be a journal card, is it? An envelope, it's going to be pockets. And I said I was going to make pockets, so let's put a few bits in. I do like that. Oh, who am I kidding? I like them all, but we're making journal cards. Oh, that's nice. Right. Yes. Let's make a journal card with this. Doesn't need a lot. I mean, I like that side for the journaling actually, so all I need to do is cover this and it would go on there. Oh. Anything else before I want to use that as well before I settle for this? I'm not sure that those colours are doing it for me. They're not. Why don't have I banged my wrist, or is it arthritis that's just starting to, not my wrist, what's that called? Is that the heel of your thumb? It's just starting to throb a little bit. Just another ailment for me. Oh, what's these? You're on white paper though, aren't you? Denise, come on, choose something to go on there. These are all small, aren't they? Yeah, I think that might be arthritis. That is definitely throbbing. No, nothing there grabbing me. Right, I'm going in. I'm going in here to see what would be a nice other side for this. Now I could put, oh, what's this? No. Easter rabbits. enough. There will be something, it's just a matter of orchids. That's a note. Sex in the single orchid. Well, goodness me. Oh. Now, I know it's summery. Quite like that orangey bit up there. I think this paper is from Tanya as well. No, it's got to go, Denise, no matter how much. Oh, now. Could we have it that way? There's a nice map. I do like that. That way. Do you know what I'm thinking? That could be an open up journal spot, couldn't it? I'm going to have to make that smaller because I don't particularly want any of it showing, you know, the backing. So let's fold this in half. I might have to trim a tad off. Yeah, it's a tiny little bit, so I will use this. So much for just a simple one. I'm obviously not in the mood for just simple. I can't find anything. Who wants simple? Who wants boring and simple? Not quite enough, I don't think, off there. No. It was a bit of a mean. I know I didn't want a lot, but I was rather mean, wasn't I, with what I took off. Let's do it that way and then go that way as well, and then hopefully that means it'll be square, and I've taken twice as much off as I would have. I like this edge bit here, so we're going down the bottom. Yeah, and if I just ink kind of the inside bit so it doesn't look too new and pristine. Yeah, that's fine. So how much am I going to take off the top? Oh, I'm brave. I'm being brave. Oh, stupid. There's not much difference between them, is there? I just wanted to get it inked rather than cut it afterwards and not be able to get my inking in there. Yeah, that's fine. I'm thinking I might need to put a little, if it will do it, because it's not thick paper, a little thumb notch. Oh! And there. Am I the right side? Yeah. Oh. I tried to do it quick and fool it, but I don't think it was ever going to be a good one. That's okay. That's fine. So I didn't even look what the map was of. So this is out of one of those books that I showed you last week, maybe. I don't know when I put the haul up. Anyway, that I got on my holidays. So it's a map showing active and recently extinct volcanoes. So glue book. I think that one's going down. You'll be able to write on the front, won't you? Yeah. I know I'm hiding some of the lovely journaling or gluing down some of the lovely journaling space, but it's got to be attached somewhere to have that lovely map. I loved geography when I was at school. I didn't take it because it clashed with French. Would you believe? And I was better at geography. But yeah, I loved geography as well. And you know, they used to have a huge ink pad and a big roller, and it would have yeah, a map of the world like that, something like that, and they'd print it into your book on your exercise, on page in your exercise book. and then we'd have to colour in certain parts of it and certain bits and the sea, and yeah, loved that. That was obviously part of what I like now. That's just to show that there's actually something there. So this was going to be the journal side. Now that is the journal side. You didn't realise that, did you, Denise? So maybe we do want this lovely flower on here. Or is there something in here? In this pile. Oh, there's my little scissors. I see them now. Let's just move a few bits out the way so I can get to my pile. No. It's a bit historical, isn't it? So I don't really want anything botanical, I was going to say. What have we got here? Soaps, perfumes. I don't think there's anything particularly geographical. Oh, there we go. I found a word in here. Quite like that the more I look at it, actually. Beautiful lady, look at her. She looks a little bit exotic as well, doesn't she? She's got a beautiful dress on. Let's just keep looking a little in case the perfect thing is just hiding. It's not. British songbirds, no. Okay, do we want her or do we want this beautiful flower? And it's talking about volcanoes inside. Curling up. There's another flower there, wasn't there? Is that too big? I quite like that actually. It's only fussy torn. Let's ink it and see what that does. Oh, it'd be lovely to use this big flower up. I wish I knew where these labels were from. I wonder if they are Nanines. I like them. I'll have to go looking through my computer. What does that say? It says August freebie, so it must be Nanine and Tanya, I'm guessing. Unless I was just using it for for a note. Right, that's given me an idea of where to go look. Yeah, that grey outline Nanine often does, doesn't she? So I know that's covering some of it up, but I like it, and I think with a word. Right, have I been more than an hour? You'll know better than me because I've stopped my tape. Don't think so yet. I've been sat here 27 minutes though, so, and I've only got one more piece. Oh no, two done, haven't I? Yeah, just want a little word. Let's see if I can grab one off here. Leaves are falling, blessed seasons, things to remember. Just save me digging for one. Grateful. Grateful's a nice one, isn't it? And yeah, we're grateful. Well, I'm grateful here in the UK. I can't speak for the rest of you. But we are not near any volcanoes, so if you are, please take care. Yeah. You sometimes don't realise how lucky you are just living in a safe area with nothing else. That's enough to be grateful for and thankful for, isn't it? Yeah, I love that. It's definitely oldie worldy. Okay, stop admiring it, Denise, because you still haven't got enough done and you're nearly out of time. Right, was there something else that was shouting at me? Yes, lots of things. This, I'm sure I've said something about this many times. Let's put some, that's all those strips, let's put some coloured stuff around. You know what I mean, don't you, by coloured stuff? Strips. Yeah, actually it'll be easier to do it now than at any point, won't it? So where's my glue book? While it's open, I am going to make it into a journal card because that's what I need. So yeah, I'll put something behind it and then behind the window. Don't glue that on there, which is the right side. Is that about right? And yeah, then, you know, close it up, trim round it. That get gluey. No. That's one side. What have we got here? This is from my planner, I can tell. I'll get 2 pieces out of that, let's see. Yeah, I think by the time that's trimmed down, because I've got to trim it square, that will be fine. Which side did I glue on there? I don't know. Doesn't feel sticky. Lovely. I've got another piece of both of those. Will they fit? They will, you know. Should have those lovely lines. Yes. All of them? No. I like that pretty stuff on the side of my own camera. I wonder if you're low enough. Oh, could have had you a lot lower, couldn't I? I hope I don't knock you now. It's because I wanted you to see all the mess and the bits on my desk initially. It's got, every time I put something down, something else falls over. So it's got worse, not better at the moment. But I'm in my element. Shall we? Gosh, what, it's you that's, everything's attaching. Move. Shall we put one of these across here rather than, what have we got? Things to remember, leave. No. No, we'll put one on afterwards if we want it. Right, I had a piece, didn't I? That way. Oh, I've gone from one glue to the other to the other. I'm just having way too much fun. Okay, lovely. So, all we want is something inside it, and I'm thinking that beautiful lady, does she go with those colours? Oh, look, I've got a little bit showing there. How did I manage that? Let me just try. I don't want to ink it and get it on the window. Let me just try colouring it in with a pencil. See what happens. Because this has got lines on it. I don't mind that it's not the same colour, I just don't want the bright white showing. Super. Oh. So where do we want? I think I'm going to do it with glue stick and then I can move it around a little bit, can't I? A little. Yeah, you can see it's quite a shabby old window envelope now. I've got all, I can't see it for shine, can you? Got all of her in, yes. And then we just need to back her with something we can write on. It's not really it, is it? Let's want something quite good. Oh, what about the dark? How much of you is showing on there? Yeah, by the time I've trimmed it. Yes, Denise, just make it as a journal card. I was thinking, could you hear the cogs swearing? I was thinking, shall I make that a double one as well? Seems to be my thing at the moment. And yeah, because I'm not getting so much done, I am going to carry on and make a few pieces, and yeah, when the video is uploaded, then I'll start filming again what I'm making for the Sunday video. But yeah, I can't stop. Did we say just about right? Yeah, when it's trimmed, I think we did. Oh, so sorry. See, I said if I brought you down low like that, I would crash into you, and I was right, because I'm now going to use my chopper. Yep, I think the hour's up, or it will be by the time I've done this, and trim this down. So let me do it here, and then I might just miss you. Just trying to get a nice edge to make the rest square from. I even like that top not straight, but I'm not going to. Let's have it straight. And we square. And just go around a couple of times because, oh, that's a big chunk. If you do all four, it's got to be square, hasn't it? That's my theory. I mean, there'll still be, even if I sit for an hour or two while this is uploading, there'll still be lots more to play with, won't there? While when I come back with you, when I film with you. That's dark, but it is journal, so it's a book page, that, you know, from like a fly page from a book. Now this will be nice with some flowers on it, or printing or painting around the frame. So yeah, it wants more. I'm sure it wants more, but I'm not going to do more. I'm going to leave it like that. You know, it could have words, could have all sorts of things on it, but I'll leave it until I use it and then embellish it a little bit more. So what did we get made so far? Remember, this is going to be a whole weekend, so I'll show you what I make while I'm off camera, and then it's just blinding you, isn't it, that? And then I'll come back and we'll make some more tomorrow for you. Love that old map. That's 2. Did we only make 4? Oh, we did make some interesting folding out bits, didn't we? 3. And this lovely big piece of the glassine bag. And then lots of journaling inside. You know, lots of room still for people to embellish further. Okay, thank you so much for joining me for that. I hope you're having a lovely Saturday, and pop back and see me tomorrow on Sunday. If you'd like to give me a thumbs up, that would be very, very welcome. If you want to chat to me, I will be answering all my comments today. So yeah, have a lovely day. See you soon. Bye for now.